on.
And we're live. Welcome to Beers with Bad Company. I'm your host, Bad Company. Look, if you're a minor, don't drink on YouTube. Pretty sure that's against the law. But if you are legal age, bottoms up. Roy, once again, um, I've been shafted by the expected guests. They all have better things to do than jump on this bullshit show, which I can appreciate because really, who the fuck has time for this? But that brings me to a shitty spot where I now have to talk to you and I don't get
Yeah,
to point at the shirt as much as I'd like to.
yeah.
So, me and you for now. Fuck's sakes.
Life is full of little disappointments.
You are a very large little disappointment.
I am.
I mean,
That's
more or
what.
less, you're insignificant to my life, but that's still a very large disappointment. It's weird. That might have been the rudest thing I've ever said to you. I'm quite proud of myself. Anyways, did you watch the Aussie show with myself and Uncle John earlier tonight?
I caught like the last 20 minutes or so. I was taking a nap and didn't wake up in time.
That dude's starting to piss me off, man.
I could tell.
Yeah, like I just don't get it. What
Well,
the
he's
fuck? It doesn't make sense. Like I was friends with him for like a decade. Well, I thought we were friends. I'd assume the first 3 or 4 years of those, he actually didn't like me, according to himself. Which I can appreciate. I understand. I'm either an acquired taste or not. But whatever. Neither here nor there. He didn't like me. But then we became friends. Like I thought so, anyways. And now he has just turned so rotten fucking cunty because we have a tack match coming up that it's it's frustrating. Like I thought we'd be able to be fucking grown ups, beat the shit out of each other, make each other bleed, and still be buddies. Like me and my brothers do this shit all the fucking time.
That's true.
You know, you watch the UFC and like specifically, wow. I mean, Tito was just dodging Chuck, saying that they're friends, he wouldn't fight him. But
Oh yeah.
Marab and Aljo, that's kind of the same thing too, right? Aljo was just dodging Marab, saying he would never fight him. They're too good of friends, but really, Aljo just knows he'd get his fucking ass beat. Um, but John and I just thought we'd be able to do it. Like, what the fuck's the problem? My brothers and I, we beat the shit at each other on a Saturday night just for our own entertainment. I would sure as fuck get paid to do that in front of a live audience. Like, it's not going to bother me any.
It's probably fear, man. He's probably just scared, and like this is him like trying to gird up
Projecting.
his. Yeah, yeah.
You're scared of what?
Well, he's scared. I mean, well, number one, he's scared he's going to lose to you. No, forget the tax. I mean, just the thought of losing an arm wrestling match to you has got to be terrifying to any real arm wrestler at this point.
Yeah, fucking losing to me is not a good experience because I'm a giant cunt. I get that. Um,
But
but
you
I
know, he
mean, if
didn't.
he's looking at my track record lately, not so much to worry about, right? Like, even in my own opinion, John would be the favorite,
I mean,
right?
he's fucking 260. I mean, he's big.
I'm 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 heavier, I'm bigger, but
How much do you weigh now?
I will. He said he woke up at 255, and I woke up just shy of 270, like 269.
Really?
As in, it takes two to 69. That's how I remembered that. That's what I weighed. It's the autism, like a little touch of the tism. I remember things in weird ways. Whatever. Fuck it. Don't
How does
judge me.
your weight go up and
Either
down so
way,
much?
I'm a
Like
fucking animal. Okay,
my
who the
weight.
fuck is this Joe fucker in the comment section saying Evan was being a dick?
God, don't know who that Joe fucker is.
Well, fuck him. Anyways, um, John did do a pretty good dog bit there, and he had this little puppy. It was I I laughed pretty hard. It was pretty funny. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I don't know where it all came from, and all I did wrong was text his wife and say, I don't know if John's drunk as fuck for his birthday or something, but you might want to settle him down. Him fucking threatening me like this, like that's not gonna make this go well. That's all I did. And apparently that's crossing the line by texting his wife whenever he's being drunk as fuck.
Well, I mean, you were just trying to diffuse the situation, sounds like to me.
I may or may not have sent her nudes. There was a couple of
Well,
unsent messages on my end. So hard to say what happened there. I was also blackout drunk while sending these. When Uncle John freaked out, I had to go back through my fucking messenger and said, like, the fuck did I message his family? When the fuck did this happen? This is bullshit. So I looked at it. I'm like, oh, okay. I did message her. I told her to tell him to fucking relax. Like, this is a little out of hand. Like, there's no reason to be getting like that. If you want to fucking build it up on socials, whatever, fill your boots. But when you start messaging me privately that you're really looking to do serious bodily harm to me, it's like, I'm gonna fucking defend myself. This goes past arm wrestling. I was like, what the fuck is this, John? Like, we've been friends for too long. What the fuck, man? So I texted his wife, hey, settle him down. Apparently that's crossing the line. What he said to me is not crossing the line. Actually wanting to hurt somebody is not crossing the line. Telling somebody's wife that, hey, he's getting a little fucking out of hand here. That's crossing the line. It's
well,
weird that I feel like I'm not the bad guy in this one.
well. I mean, he did tell all y'all Canadians to fuck off at in Gatineau. He
Yeah,
kind of.
whatever, man. That's just funny. I thought it was hilarious. That was probably one of the greatest arm wrestling call-outs I've ever seen. I thought it was great, you know? But
Maybe he was revealing his
for
true
me to
colors.
feel like I'm not the bad guy, that's a fucking odd situation for me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're always the heel.
Yeah. So I don't know where this Joe Cat's getting off saying I was being the dick, but in that whole podcast, we did an hour on Aussie's show, which was pretty tough. But I think really all I said to him was like, don't cross the line and make it about something else. Let's keep it professional. We have the chance to make each other bleed on Saturday, right? Where we're both willing participants, fully fucking legal to hurt and maim each other. No problem. Don't fucking touch me on Friday and make it something more. I would rather not go there. But if you touch me, I will.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
think you
that's
should.
unfair of me. I don't think that's me being a dick. Turd burglar, we get it. You say it every time. I'm the king of liver failure. Liver king failure. Got it. I am nowhere near that jacked.
Yeah, but Liver King is
Maybe I
nasty.
would be if my liver wasn't failing, though.
No, you have a kryptonite liver.
I'm not entirely sure how that works. I mean, adamantium, okay. You want to be a nerd, you want to go with that, okay, I get that. Strong as fuck. Kryptonite, that's really only useful against like one thing.
Yeah.
Unless you think Superman is booze, in which case, wouldn't I be Superman? So now my liver is the only thing that can defeat me. Okay, that kind of still works. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
you thought it through, but yeah, it still works.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, I mean, you guys let me know. I like being the bad guy. I go out of my way to be the bad guy. It's just more fucking fun. You know, you don't have to be nice to people. It's a lot easier to be a dickhead to somebody than it is to be nice to them. But it's weird being the good guy. And it's not for a lack of trying. Like I want to be the dickhead. I still want to be the bad guy. It's just he's crossing real lines.
Well, it's like this is a heel program, right? This is you know, Ric Flair against Terry Funk. I mean, it's a heel program. It's no good guys.
How was Terry Funk a bad guy?
I mean, he did a lot. He did both a lot, but I mean, he was.
I mean, he's the man. I mean, and a way better wrestler than Ric Flair. So let's not worry about that. But I mean, all of his best work was done before the WWE, so we don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to take my time to educate you on wrestling outside of the WWE.
Yeah, because that shit sucks anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So in the chat, what do we got here? So UJ go Roger a fucking queen and his wife something, but ooh, beer man can't text. I have no idea what the fuck that's about. Turd yes, come up with a new one. That would be appreciated. Evan, did you forget about your Frenchy ancestry? Oh. No, no, I didn't. That's where the royalty comes from in my bloodline, even though the French are notoriously pussies. They have won every single fight in the history of fighting. Lost. They lost them all. Yeah. No, they suck. They always fucking lose. I don't know how they still have their own country. How do you maintain ownership of a country without ever winning a war? I don't get it.
They were pretty tough up until the turn of
The French have never been tough. The
bullshit.
only thing tough about the French is their vaginas. And trust me, those things can take a fucking beating. Outside of that, not so much. Who wins, Tyson or Jake Paul?
Oh God.
I don't.
The
I don't
state of
want. I don't want to do that.
it's sad that the like sports have degenerated into such shit that like these Mike Tyson at 57 or 8 or whatever he is gonna have a fucking boxing
Whatever,
match.
man. Mike Tyson, 58 years old. You think he's afraid of getting beat up or losing a fight? Like,
No,
he's
no.
not. Um,
But
and you're gonna pay a fucking 57-year-old $2 million to do anything? Unless he's still rich, which he's not. He's fucked that all up. I mean, he's gotten
Don King got all
comfortable.
his fucking money.
Well, he's gotten comfortable again with people being able to monetize his celebrity and doing his podcast and stuff. So he's making money, but he's getting by, right? Like he's a 9 to 5 guy kind of thing at this point. And a few $1 million, I'd do it too.
Yeah, but think of it this way. Think if Mike Tyson goes out there and gets knocked out by this fucking YouTube fucking guy.
He's going to. He's going to.
I mean, do you really want
Well,
to? I mean,
Mike
I'm not.
Tyson was past his prime, over the hill and biting fucking Holyfield's ear off like a month before or after Jake Paul was born.
Yeah.
Right? That's how long ago it was.
Yes. Yes.
It's it's fucking pretty bad. If Jake Paul loses, it will be very quick. And I would
Yeah.
love to see that.
I think Tyson just needs to come out and try to just fucking bomb rush him just like he used to do. Just come out just winging
He
bombs at
doesn't
him.
know another way.
Yeah, just don't try to stand back and jab with him. Just fucking go for it. Like give yourself a minute or two and just go for broke.
Fuck your minute or two, go out there, get in his face, and turn it into a fucking dogfight. The problem is Mike Tyson wasn't able to go past 3 rounds in his prime. He is now 57 years old. You think he's going to be able to do it past 3 rounds now?
No,
Not a
that's why
fucking chance.
he's got to
He
jump on him.
needs to get it done first, second round, latest. If not, he is going to find himself on the wrong end of a sloppy, long overhand right that happens to hit very fucking hard. Tyson will fall asleep if he doesn't finish Paul early. And I don't think he's going to finish Paul early. He is slowed down significantly. I see the videos of him training, hitting pads and stuff, and he looks good, but not even close to what he used to look like. And he's fighting against a taller, longer guy that wants to stay outside, keep running away until he can land one. And Tyson's going to get fucking tired. He does not have the same skill set he used to have. I
So is
think
it?
Tyson's going to get knocked out by the fourth.
Yeah, who wants to see that? Ugh,
Not me.
not
Look,
me.
if I'm wrong, and I fucking hope I am, and Tyson's gets in there, knocks the fuck out of him, I will love it. The problem with that is I like what Jake Paul's doing. He's making fights, he's bringing names back in and letting guys make some money that otherwise they wouldn't be able to do, which I can appreciate, while building himself a name. And the dude is rich, right? Jake Paul has money. He is not fighting for money. He's fighting because he loves to fight. He's in the gym every fucking day working hard because he wants to fight and he likes it. He loves it. I can appreciate that. And he's getting better every time he comes out. I can see it. I respect that. Um,
Is he the one that's also
it's
doing
just,
the
it's Mike
WWE?
Tyson. What?
Is he the one that's also doing the wrestling? Is he doing the WWE wrestling? Is that him or is
No,
that his
no, that's his
brother?
brother Logan.
Okay, I
And
didn't even
that's
know.
another dude that's rich. Like, he doesn't need money. And you may fucking say wrestling is fake. Well, I don't know about fake. Maybe slightly choreographed, scripted, whatever, predetermined, whatever you want to say. But
Wrestling was
you go
predetermined.
get fucking body slammed, power bombed, lit on fire, put through a table or into tacks, and tell me that that doesn't hurt, right? Like, this dude is taking considerable punishment into his body. Why would he do that? He doesn't need the money.
He's young and full of piss and vinegar.
And
I mean,
impressively, a much better wrestler than I thought he was going to be. At first, he had a couple of fucking things that he could do that were impressive. Like, he had a legitimate athletic background in wrestling. And when he first started wrestling, I seen a couple of things, and some of the diving moves, the athleticism that he's showing. Fuck, okay, he's not as bad as I thought he would be, but that's another dude that's working hard, and I watch him getting better all the time. Like, they are, I still hate their faces, but I respect the effort and the work that they're putting in.
yeah. I mean,
I hate them both less and less every time I see them, which pisses me off because I still hate their faces, right?
they have
It's
very
like
plain.
banging the fucking butterface. You just turn the lights off. It's like, it's not so bad as long as you don't have to look at it.
Right. That's what
But yeah,
doggy style's for.
I do think Jake Paul will win the fight. I don't want this fight to happen. I would rather
Me
see
neither.
him fight somebody else. I still will watch Jake Paul fight because I'm becoming a fan of his. I don't want to see him fight Tyson. I'm not happy either way. I want Tyson to knock him out, but that just kind of ruins what he's doing. And I don't want that to happen either. So I think the whole thing is fucking stupid. I don't like it.
I don't either. And I'm not a huge Tyson fan. I think he's. I think. I mean, I
Shut
don't want to.
the fuck up, Roy. That wasn't just shut up, Roy. That was shut the fuck up. You are about to cross a line that we're not going back from. Let's next subject so that we can still talk. Look, you got banned for the whole fucking children comment one time. You're about to get a lifetime one, motherfucker. Stop it.
Tyson is the
Let's
most
move on.
overrated. He's the
Move
most overrated
on.
boxer
Blah, blah,
ever.
blah, 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 blah. Move on. Okay. So,
Couldn't beat Holyfield.
what were we talking about before somebody asked that stupid question that I wish they wouldn't have?
Uh, you're talking about Uncle John and what a dickhead he is.
Yeah, well, fuck. I it doesn't actually make sense to me. Like, I actually thought he was just like fabricating something, like working an angle, right? I'm watching this and I'm like, I can't tell if this is a work or a shoot, you know?
Yeah,
So I check my shit. I'm like, okay, that's actually what he's upset about? And he's that upset? Well, fuck that guy. But if you want to fucking watch the fucking whole thing, you can go watch the Aussie show. The first half hour of it is pretty well bullshit, but the last 20 minutes or so, it's yeah, he thinks he's gonna put his hands on me and it's just gonna be okay.
what are you gonna do? You gonna front face like him, like CM Punk did to one of the little kid wrestlers?
No, it's gonna be the Beer Man Beer Can episode 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he should hope that I have a fucking half a beer in my hand. Because if not, the motherfucker's coming close fist. Like, I'm not going to let him touch me in a heated, like, no, it's not going to happen. I, I'm not that guy. I've never been that guy. I don't care who you are. You could be the baddest motherfucker in the world. I know I'm going to fucking get beat up if I do anything about this. Don't really care.
What if he does
Pain
this? What if
goes
he goes?
away. Your pride's forever.
What if he goes honk on your nose like that?
Is that touching me?
Yeah, honk, honk,
Yeah, it's happening.
honk, honk.
So maybe I should have fucking phrased it as if you like hit me, slap me, push me, you start a physical altercation and not play jokes. But I didn't. I worded it as if you touch me. So
Well,
now
I
I'm
mean,
stuck on that.
in fairness, Paul Maiden, Paul Maiden did was twiddle your beard. He didn't even. I mean, he did. You know. So, I mean, any physical contact apparently is enough.
He also threatened to backhand my missus. And I really wanted to fucking him to give me a reason.
Well, there's that
So
too.
I try to operate within the confines of the law. I don't want to spend my life in jail when I know it is on fucking video, live, all sorts of other shit. Committing an assault becomes problematic. I feel as soon as he touched me, it is now justified to defend myself. I have no idea how far he's going to take this. I know he just touched me first, and I am allowed to defend myself.
Yeah,
And I will do that to the point of making sure I'm on the right side of winning.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
fair?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And John seems to think that you're gonna have to go back and watch that fucking show, man. Like I, I can't recap all this, but he thinks that all of a sudden, because he got on fucking stem cells and steroids, I think they might be affecting his fucking brain. I don't think the guy's ever been in a fight in his life, and he thinks that I'm the guy he wants to fucking start with.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we have to say is you probably got the experience advantage on most people, right? I mean,
Outside of somebody that's a pro fighter, yeah, probably.
I mean, you used to fight the garbage man when you were 5 years old.
No, you misheard the story. But I was 5 years old. It was just my brother while we were taking the garbage out. This is a fucking true story. Um, I kind of feel bad about that. So my mom asked my brother and I, my older brother, to take the two garbage bags out to the road. And I was a little upset with him. I was 5, he was 7, right? It makes sense. He should take the heavier garbage bag, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's the bigger brother. He took the light one and laughed at me, and I was angry about it. So I grabbed the heavier one and I ran up behind him and I clobbered him over the back of the fucking head with it. Turns out there was a fucking pickle jar in the bag on that side, and it hit him in the back of the head, and it busted him open and knocked him unconscious. And there he is, laying like half down the fucking stairs off the deck onto the driveway with his head fucking bleeding. And well, I was only like 5 years old. Like I thought I just killed my brother, so I went in crying to my mom. I was freaking out, screaming, "I think I just killed Adam!" And yeah, I got in a lot of trouble for hitting him, but I didn't know there was a pickle jar. I just know he was an asshole and he needed to learn not to be an asshole.
Well, I
So
mean,
I never fought a garbage man at 5 years old. I hit my older brother in the head with a garbage bag that had a pickle jar in it.
thus began the lifelong violence between you and your brothers.
Oh no, it started way before that. That's just one incident that you brought up that triggered a memory. Okay, we got a super chat here from Joe. When did he say he would put hands on you? Well, Joe, you're gonna have to go watch the show on Ozzy's channel. And like normally, I'm not telling people, hey, go watch shit on Ozzy's channel, give him views, because he's kind of a fence-setting cunt. Um, I don't like Ozzy anywhere near as much as I used to. When everybody started doing this YouTube thing, I liked Ozzy. You know, I liked what he's doing. Um, the dude just won't fucking pick a goddamn side ever. It's frustrating. He won't guess who's going to win. He won't put an opinion out there. He's afraid to piss off anybody. He will never say things that he absolutely holds true that he will tell you in person. He won't say them online because he doesn't want Ingen or Neil getting mad at him. You know, it's I just think Ozzy's kind of a shitbag. Sits on the fence
He's
way too hard.
well, I mean, he's buddies with he's buddies with Uncle John, so he's rooting for him, right?
Right. I mean, I've got no problems with him saying he thinks Uncle John will win. I don't care. But fucking pick. You know, when you're asked who do you think's going to win, fucking say who you think's going to win. When you're asked who do you think the most entertaining arm wrestling promotion is, fucking answer it. You were asked a direct question, answer it. Why are you skirting around like a fucking politician? Right? Doesn't make sense. Roy, what is the most entertaining arm wrestling promotion to watch? Like,
Arm gods by far, and I'm not just saying that.
by far. Right. Now, who has the highest level of competition in their promotion?
Meaning the most competitive matches.
Like the highest fucking caliber of talent.
Oh, the highest caliber of talent. Uh,
It's easy.
East versus West.
Easy. Yeah. King of the Table puts matches on with Larry Wheels, fucking Bowen, Khaled, Schoolboy, Auden Larrett, and the fucking arm wrestling whisperer. That is not the highest level of talent. They do something different. And I don't hate on what they're doing. You know, they're trying to sell pay-per-views. They have the arm wrestlers that have the highest social media following so that their fans might buy this so that they can make some money. I've got no problem with them trying to run a business, make some money. I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still like watching the shit. It's
yeah,
cool. East
yeah,
versus West. Ingen is a crazy fuck, but he wants to see the highest level of arm wrestling he can, and he
yeah.
puts that together. And that's cool too. I like watching that. Arm Gods is fucking incredible. The fucking show they put on, the atmosphere, and they do some wild fucking shit. Like Uncle John and I are the main fucking event, right?
Yeah.
This is not the highest caliber match on the card, right? There is world level fucking dudes on the card. John and I
Yeah.
aren't them. But we're the main event because Arm Gods is fucking awesome. And the
Fuck.
show that gets put on is fucking phenomenal. Right?
Yeah.
But Jake will sit on the fence and he won't answer any of these fucking questions. He figures out a way to skirt around it like a fucking politician. And that's just I think he needs to like change tampon brands or something. It's like you got to get a hold of that string and give the pull cord a little start and fire up the manliness side of him. Like there's
He
something
needs to
wrong.
needs to quit shopping at Target. Uh, uh,
Well, I can't judge anybody for shopping at Target because we don't even have them around here. I don't even know what it is. I think it's like a Kmart, but I don't know.
it's yeah, it's a big store like that, similar. Yeah.
Well, cool. Shop wherever the fuck you want, but answer a goddamn question like a man. Look, when you're asked a direct question, the only reason to lie is because you're afraid. What the fuck are you afraid of the truth? Why the fuck are you afraid of the truth? What is going on that you're afraid of the truth? Right? So fucking say it. And if you're not even willing to answer, you're not even willing to lie. You just like won't answer questions. Jesus, that is some fucking Sally Ann Sheila bullshit.
So NS in the chat says, does Alan Ford still claim Natty?
Well, that is something you would have to ask Alan Ford.
I've
How
never
I
heard
know if
him.
Alan claims
I've
to be.
never heard him claim one way or the other. Personally,
Right.
no, I've never heard him talk
I
about
mean, we could. You want me to call Alan? I can call him. You can ask him.
it.
What else we got in the chat here? Beer man will bleed. I expect so. I am quite sure that we will both be bleeding. I mean, I will headbutt him in the fucking mouth if I have to, but we're both gonna bleed. Uncle John has no respect for beer man's skills. That is definitely not true. Frank Dukes was scared to fight beer man. Steve, it seems like you have listened to my drunken ramblings plenty of times to even bring something like that up. But that is not true. And I don't think I've ever said that. And if I did, holy fuck, was I drunk that night? I do not think Frank Dukes was afraid to fight me. My coach was afraid that I would fight Frank Dukes when he was in town and wouldn't let me in the dojo, even though I was one of the trainers. Have I ever said contrary to that? Did I ever say Frank was afraid to fight me?
Not directly like that, but I mean, I you told me the story, I think offline in some detail, and I mean, I think he was. I mean, I don't think he was
I
like
was
trembling
probably
for the fit.
drunk as fuck, Ken, if I said anything even alluding to that. Frank and I have never had a conversation. I have never
Well,
met
but
the man, but my coach was afraid that when we got to do anything or like we're showing moves, coach was afraid that I would be all, fuck you. My wrestling is so much better than your bullshit that I'm just not going to let you do it. I'm going to make you look bad in front of people. And he
I,
would try to force it to happen, and we would end up in a legitimate fucking fight. And he uses eye gouging and biting and all that shit in a real fight scenario. And I just wasn't allowed there. I was like, dude, why can't I just sit on the side on my knees and watch and not take part in any of the demonstrations and just watch all this? Like,
I think he was
meeting
more
Frank
scared.
Dukes would be cool, even if I don't have get to beat him up, right? Beating him up would be even cooler. But he was an old man and I was a young buck. Whatever. Either way, I wasn't allowed in the building during it. I
I
don't
think
think
he
I
was
ever
more.
said Frank was afraid of me. I don't
I
think
think he.
Frank's ever heard my name or thought about me.
I think he was more scared of you fucking with his business model than beating his ass.
I don't think Frank's ever heard my name or put any thought into me. The coach, so my sensei in that dojo, who trained directly under Frank, wasn't willing to let me there because I was a young lad that look, I liked to fight when I was young. And I don't blame him, especially looking back. So back then I was a little upset about it and be like, dude, I could have sat there and just watched, met Frank, handshake, picture, the real Bloodsport guy, cool stuff, whatever. I think I could have done just fine. Um, but yeah, looking back, I understand why I wasn't allowed in. I get it. I was a fucking dickhead and I like to fight. Might happen. Whatever. Um, yeah. Hold on here. I got lost from the chat. Where were we? Uh, yeah. Roy, why would you fucking agree with Steve? That was not a true story. You're being a fucking weirdo. Did Devin and Beerman spar once? That you would have to go to the members only channel, Tall Paul. Uncle John's gone too far this time. I don't know what John's deal is. Maybe it's just something he has to do to get ready for a match like this. Like there is pain and blood and hurting people involved. I don't think John's about that life. And maybe he has to convince himself he hates me to be willing to hurt me. That's not my problem. I am quite willing to hurt people that are my friends because it's funny. Not that many promotions to do commentary for. Aussie walking all fine line. Well, Aussie's a bit of a fucking cunt. Yeah, so I'm trying to read comments, which is weird because I've been like drinking for a good while tonight. I got fucking hammered on Aussie show like 4 hours ago. No big deal. Beerman was on par with Bolo Young. Okay, so that dude I would have whipped the fuck out of for sure.
Ooh, no, no,
Yeah, that's what I think.
no.
Is Adam the brother you power bombed into a filing cabinet? So EMAC, I don't know who you are, but if you have ever heard a story about me power bombing Adam onto a filing cabinet, you heard wrong. Somebody is
Think
telling you a story that they don't know what they're talking about.
you were the one that took the power bomb, right?
I mean, I guess if that's what you want to call it. It was definitely the last ride. Yeah.
The Undertaker's move.
Yeah. So like a power bomb, but instead of just like up and down, I don't go cock to face straight to my back. I get that the flip happens. I go cock to face, and then he like lifts me straight over his head and says, "Your fucking balls stink," and then brings it. So I'm 6 feet tall, but I'm all upper body, right? Like I have very short legs. My older brother is 6'3" and change, and he's got very long arms. So when he did this power bomb last ride, and he brings me up, like I'm fuck. I can reach an 8 foot ceiling with my fingertips just by standing. He can do it closed fist, like so. If that's where his hands are up, that's where my waist is. I'm another 3 to 4 feet above that. Like my head and shoulders are like fucking 12 feet in the air and straight down onto a fucking filing cabinet. Bam.
Ugh.
That thing crumpled in a fucking weird, funny way. I was terrified though. Because look, Adam has done power bombs, choke slams, all sorts of these fucking wrestling moves when we get drunk and fucked up to entertain people. I don't mind hurting myself for others viewing entertainment.
Clearly,
Clearly, I'm about to do a fucking match, right?
yeah.
I think it's funny. I don't mind dealing with a bit of pain to put on that show. Cool. He has fucked up every single move that he's ever tried. He has knocked me unconscious with choke slams a half a
Oh,
dozen times, including the time that him and my cousin gave me this double choke slam.
oh,
And this time, I don't think it was my brother's fault. He was finally starting to understand. I'm over 200 fucking pounds. When you've got me 8 feet in the fucking air, I'm gonna hit the ground hard enough. You don't need to fucking plant me, right?
yeah. Spike you like
Your
a
job
football.
is to control and make sure I land safely. I'm gonna hit fucking hard enough. That's a lot of weight coming down. I'm gonna land hard enough. The impact's there. You don't need to fucking spike me. Make
Ugh.
sure I'm okay, right? So the one time that they did the double choke slam, my cousin didn't get that memo. So I got turned sideways in the air because my cousin was trying to plant me while Adam was trying to guide me. So I ended up fucking cocked, angled sideways, upside down. I landed right on my head and neck. And I was out cold for a good while. Like that one fucked me up, and I couldn't turn my head for a few weeks. It was a little rough. Luckily, later that night, his girlfriend, who was very angry, and I thought she was just a bitch. But look, I love Blondie, so if she's ever listens to this, I don't think you're a bitch. You're a great person, but I thought you were a bitch that night. We had to climb up. She locked us out of the apartment. We were on floor 3, and I had to climb up the balconies, like one balcony to the next, and then let them in. And now we're outside on the balcony, and we had this idea that maybe Adam, because we had to convince my cousin's the one that fucked up the double choke slam. Adam finally learned how to do this right. So maybe he's good enough at doing this right that he could choke slam me off this 3rd floor balcony through that barbecue down below us.
Ugh.
And as long as I land flat, I'll be okay.
Oh yeah.
Roy, I'm not kidding. I was drunk enough. We were ready to go. And his girlfriend came flying out of the bedroom, screaming and yelling about people being murdered in her apartment. And she was like not having it. And we were not allowed to do it.
Well, I mean, yeah, she probably saved your life. I mean,
Yeah, looking back, that's possible. Also, I don't fucking die real easy, Roy. There's been a lot of fucking scenarios that I could have fucking fucked off, but
landing on your
doesn't
head off
happen.
of a third story balcony is probably one that would have had a good chance of
Roy,
getting
you're
you.
not listening. He'd already figured out that he doesn't have to throw me and spike me. He got it now. That's why I trusted him the next time when we did the last ride. There was like 300 people in this fucking warehouse party, and they found this fucking, they, well, didn't find it. There was fucking probably 500 of these fucking filing cabinets, but we pulled the one out, and he gave me the last ride onto it. Uh, the last thing I said to him before we did it, because there was probably 200 people there watching, and I'm like, Adam, you realize if you fuck this up, I'm probably gonna die. At the very fucking best scenario, if you fuck this up, I don't walk again.
See, you're
Do this
brave
right.
because if I was you, I'd be thinking when he's like this, he's thinking, remember that pickle jar to the back of my fucking head?
Well, there was 37 other fuck ups that he could have got that out of the way with. Um, and I'm pretty sure, look, as much as he's probably not worried about my well-being, I don't think he really wants to be involved with all the investigation and trial and shit afterwards. So I just needed to let him know that there is definitely gonna be a fucking trial if you fucking kill me because you fucked this up. So do this right. Don't fucking kill me, man. And oh man, so my buddy Smitty, he used to arm wrestle with us quite a bit too. What a fucking psycho that guy is. He was standing right behind Adam. Adam grabbed me, puts me up for the power. It lifts me right out. Last ride. So I'm fucking like 10, 12 feet in the air. And I just remember looking down and seeing my buddy Smitty's eyes go, whoa, holy fuck. This is about to get real out of hand. And down I came. I landed on that fucking filing cabinet. Apparently not perfectly, because one corner of it crushed down. So
You
it
don't want to
wasn't
hit
a
the sharp.
completely evenly dispersed, but fuck, that's as good as we can hope for because it crushed down on the one side under my arse cheek, and I just kind of bounced right up onto my feet, let out some fucking hooligan holler, gave a flex, and walked it
You
off. We were
you
good.
know
I
you
couldn't
know sold.
see anything though. I hit so fucking hard. Everything went black. I landed on my feet and I couldn't see a goddamn thing, man.
How many
That
concussions
was
do you
actually
think
a
you?
New Year's Eve. The next day, we had a big family event at my dad's house. And my dad thought I had quite the cold because I had the sniffles all day. It was weird.
Okay. How many concussions do you think you've had in your lifetime?
Documented
No, I
or
mean
alleged?
just what you think you've had. I mean, anytime you get knocked out, that's a concussion. Anytime you get your bell rung to the
Every time?
heart.
No, there's no way it's every time.
Yeah, the knocked out, knocked unconscious is the definition of concussed.
So that's not true. That's the
Bullshit.
definition of being knocked unconscious. But a concussion, a little bit different, but whatever. So concussions that I remember dealing with. There was the four-wheeler accident. I was definitely concussed from that one. I got thrown off of the back of the four-wheeler. Some old man just jumped in front of the four-wheeler while we're fucking bombing it through these trails. I mean, okay, whatever. It was his property. We shouldn't have been there. But I mean, fucking dickhead. Why are you jumping in front of a fucking four-wheeler? So when Adam, again, Adam's fault, When he hit the fucking brakes and fucked off to the side, he held onto the four wheeler. I didn't hang on tight enough. I got thrown off the four wheeler and I went head first into this like birch tree, and it split the helmet right off me, like split the helmet in half.
Oh, you had
I
a
was
helmet on.
unconscious because I was like fucking 12,
Shit, I never
and
wore a
I'm
helmet.
riding on the back of a fucking four wheeler.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd
Anyways,
get
it split the
killed.
fucking helmet in half, like split it. And he had to come fucking pick me up out of the fucking thorn bushes and like put me on the four wheeler and drive back. I was out cold for probably, I have no idea. I was out. We'd have to ask him, but probably 10, 15 minutes. So
Huh.
I was definitely concussed from that one.
Yeah,
But this is like back early 90s where they didn't know what they do now, and mom wouldn't let me sleep that night. She had to wake me up every 20 minutes just to make sure. That's not a real thing. You don't have to do that anymore, but you did then. Um, so that one I definitely was concussed from. I was puking, dizzy, couldn't see straight for a few days. That was rough. I got soccer kicked in the face while bouncing at the River Club one night. That one was a bit rough. Also, Adam's fault. Fucking guy. That one sucked. I had a fucking shoelace imprint on my fucking cheek. I got kicked so hard. That sucked. But everything was dizzy. There was puking. I couldn't eat. That was a bit of a rough one. Rugby in high school during the rugby tournament at Bishop. I went head to head with Ian Grossleg. I know obviously nobody's gonna know who that is, but he was a big fucking dude that played for the crosstown rival team. Uh, we had a few runs in hockey as well where we just ran each other because why the fuck not? We're the two big dudes, right? Um, we definitely went head to head in that rugby game, and I did not get the better end of that deal. I I probably would have drowned if it wasn't for my boy House. He just like grabbed me by the shorts, picked me up, and kept trotting down the field like, "Get the fuck up, we're still playing." But yeah, I
drowned.
was yeah, I was out cold, face down in a puddle.
Oh, and there was it was that wet. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I probably would have fucking drowned in that puddle. I was definitely concussed for that one. Man, high school coaches are fucking dickheads. Or maybe my coach just really didn't like me, but did like to win, and I don't know. But I'm sitting in the fucking paramedics tent, and they're checking me out, doing the flashlight thing, and asking me all questions. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And the coach walks in and explains to her like he can't count, so don't ask him questions. He's fine. Let's go. And
Yeah, I
I was
mean,
right with that. Like, I don't want to sit in this fucking tent answering your bullshit questions. There's a game going on. Like, I gotta go. So that's three. I don't think I was concussed on that head-on collision, but I was in a head-on collision, like basically on my birthday, like 4 or 5 years ago, on the Trans Canada Highway, where my face hit the steering wheel so hard it crushed my tear ducts inside of, and I was fucking like blind in my left eye, and I went to the ER about it, and they made me wear this bolt-on neck brace, and I was like, I don't care. Yeah, I'm a little sore. I was in a fucking accident. I can't see it in my fucking eye. Let's worry about that. They're like, no, you're dealing with this. That's another long story, but it was pretty funny. They tried to give me 2 pieces of cheese for a fucking meal. I was mad at this fucking Slovakian doctor about it. Like 2 pieces of cheese. I'm 270 fucking pounds. You're gonna give me 2 pieces of fucking cheese? It's like, well, maybe if you learned how to get by on 2 pieces of cheese, you wouldn't be 270 pounds, asshole. Like, fuck you, bitch.
zing.
Oh, she was mean. Yeah. She was the same doctor that shoved all the tampons in my face whenever that's another one. But so I don't think I had a concussion from that though. Just it crushed my tear duct. They ended up giving me some fucking steroid drops in my eyes, and steroids fixed me right up real good.
So when
So
you cry,
I think only those three.
does it make tears when you
I think
cry
only
now?
those three for major concussions.
Do you,
What?
can you cry out of that eye now? Like you make tears in that eye?
Oh, fuck would I know?
Well, I mean, when's
I'm
the
a
last time you
goddamn man,
trained?
Roy.
Oh, come on, you cry.
Um, so like in a like while watching movies,
No, like when
the
you.
last time I cried at the movie theater was during Titanic because I just paid $13 to see that piece of shit.
I don't want to be a spoiler here, but at the end, the boat sinks. The ship, sorry, the ship.
Oh, you're a piece of shit.
Hey,
Um,
NS in the chat says, Beerman, does Pollock still pull?
that says Pollock,
Oh, it looks like
and no,
Pollock.
I haven't seen him pull, and he hasn't even been practicing with us a year and a half. So probably not. No. Um, there was one other time I got knocked the fuck out that I don't remember a concussion from though, but I was unconscious for a good while. I woke up with like dry blood on my face, so I was out, but no concussion symptoms that I remember.
Well, just
Yeah.
because you don't
Outside
have
of that,
symptoms.
right. But how are you supposed to diagnose a concussion without symptoms?
Well, if you go
I
unconscious
told
from
you
a.
the three I remember where I had concussion symptoms. Everything else, I mean, I've been unconscious before, but that's not a guarantee of a concussion.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've been hit real hard in training by people where it changed my fucking vision. That's
Did you see?
happened twice.
Did you see sparkly things?
No,
Did
no,
you
I didn't
start
see
seeing?
any fucking Tweety birds. I didn't see any fucking stars.
Did you
I
start
couldn't see
seeing double?
fucking anything. Apparently, Roy, you've never really been in a fight where you had to deal with it.
I always just knock
It's
people out. I mean, it's I don't get knocked out.
so I've never been knocked out in a fist fight against the guy I was fighting. I have been knocked out in a fist fight against somebody I wasn't fighting. That
Those are the ones you
sucked.
got to look out for.
Yeah, well, the one I was just saying where I woke up with the dry blood on my face, I was fighting one guy and all of a sudden I got soccer kicked by the other guy. My bad. I should have paid attention. But by the time I heard those feet scuffling towards me, oh man, I got fucked up. I got kicked so fucking bad. Anyways, the two that I really got fucking hammered in training, one was against a very small dude. Um, do you know who Robin Black is?
Yeah, I watched a couple of his videos of his fights.
Okay, so the same sensei that wouldn't let me in the ring or in the building with Frank Dukes had a fight coming up with Robin Black, and I was one of his main sparring partners to get ready for it. Now I'm considerably bigger, but I move pretty quick for a big dude. So we would spar a lot, and anytime I would notice something wrong with his shit, instead of saying, "Hey, fix this," because he's my coach, right? It's not my job to tell him what to do better. So I just highlight I can take advantage of something I'm seeing,
Yeah,
and he needs to correct it.
right.
And he's a better striker than me for sure. I'm just a fuck of a lot bigger, like by almost 100 pounds. So when I'm sparring with anytime I turn up the pressure a little bit, start moving aggressively towards him, he'd end up real high guarding and turning away. And a couple of times I'd see like this blinking light over his liver.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And I
that's a
know I'm a
risk.
sparring partner and you're not supposed to do it. But the first like three times I saw it happen, I gave him one. Fuck. And he's, ooh. And I'd step back. I'm like, hey, I don't know how you're gonna fix that, but fix that. Because if I can see it, he'll see it. Apparently, he's better than me. So after a few times I did that, I got I don't know what came over me. This was not a nice thing of me to do. This is a sparring partner. This is my coach. But his guard came way up, and I could see his breathing. And I knew as he was breathing in, and I fucking sent it at his liver, and I fucking drilled it. It was rude. I should not have done that to a sparring partner ever.
Yeah, but did you hit him as hard as you could, or did you just make him feel it?
I hit him a lot harder than I should have.
Okay, that is a dick
A
move.
lot harder than I should have. He took a knee. Kind of surprised he didn't shit himself. Like, it was not a nice thing for me to do to a sparring partner. It was, I fucked up. So he took a knee, and that time he stood up afterwards and he was like, okay, all right, I get it. I really gotta fucking not do that. I appreciate you showing me that, but I owe you one now. Yeah, I get that. I know, but I couldn't help myself, man. My bad. I'm sorry. So probably about 10 minutes later, I threw this double jab and like super lazy, right? Like, man, that little prick, southpaw too. When I threw that double jab, he backed off the first one, parried the second one down, and followed straight up with a straight left that landed right on the corner of my fucking chin. Man, he's not a big dude, but holy fuck. That changed everything. Like, I was not in the same fucking place I was a half a second ago. The entire fucking room was bright white, and there was this loud buzzing. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. What the fuck just happened? So, people say it's a punch you don't see that gets you. No, I saw it. It just fucked me up. But
Yeah,
everything turned bright white. I just threw him off and I kind of skipped sideways. And I mean, it's probably 4 or 5 seconds, whatever, maybe less than that. It seems like a long time, but I couldn't see shit. Like I was fucked up. And 5 minutes later, my head was fucking pounding headache. Like we had to call it a day. But
yeah.
that might have been one, but I was not knocked unconscious. And the other one was against my little brother. That was a fucking weird thing. I've told you about that one though, right?
Duck foot?
Yeah.
Probably, but I'm not sure exactly which one you're talking about.
Okay, so this is right before I started arm wrestling, maybe a week or two before I broke my leg, which was on my birthday that year. So I was 27. I just turned 27 when I broke my leg. So that would have been what? Fuck. I don't know. I ain't any good at math. 84, 94, 2004, 2011. Um, so early February, late January 2011. I'm sparring with Duckfoot, and he didn't like getting kicked, but I kicked surprisingly hard for somebody with such short legs. So I had to wear like basically 3 layers of shin guards if I wanted to work on throwing leg kicks in our sparring. And he started getting real fired up over how badly I was kicking his legs. But I was coming up against a fight against a jiu-jitsu guy that I didn't want to do jiu-jitsu with. I wanted to take his legs out. I wanted to stay standing. I mean, I've been in the same jiu-jitsu tournaments as that guy, but I was busy winning and he never made it to me. So I'd never bet against him. So I wasn't worried about it if it went to the ground, but I mean, this seems like a good time to really like knock the fuck out of somebody, right?
Yeah.
So I was doing all of my preparations to keep it standing, and I was throwing a lot of leg kicks. And he was getting so mad about me kicking his leg, and like it was hurting him, that he started like trying to take my fucking head off. We had to call a timeout. Coach fucking stopped it. Is like, guys, what the fuck's going on? This is sparring, not street fighting. Um, Brett apologized. I was like, well, look, if you want to fucking turn it up, we can go that hard, but I'm gonna start throwing that hard too. He's like, okay, look, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry, but can we do the rest of our sparring without leg kicks now? Okay, that's fair enough. You don't want to. If you break your toys, you have no play. You have nothing to play with. So good. We started just like boxing from there on for the rest of the sparring. I got caught in this weird fucking repetitive motion. Like the worst thing you can ever do when you're sparring with somebody is take your eyes off of your opponent. Um, but my brother hits really fucking hard, like on a ridiculous level. So do what you got to do to get the fuck out of the way. He threw one that I was out of position, and I was like, holy fuck, I'm about to get clobbered with this fucking thing. I ducked down and I took my eyes off. I know it was wrong. Immediately, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know what's happening next. I'm in trouble. By the time I got my eyes back up to see there's another one, I duck back down, and oh fuck, I got to duck a third time, and I didn't see it coming. And all of a sudden, there's an uppercut coming, and his fist took up all of the space that my face was trying to use.
His fist in your face tried to occupy the same space at the same time.
Yeah, my face got ejected from that space real fucking quick. And so when the little dude hit me real hard right on the tip of the chin, everything went white and there was a lot of loud ringing. When Brett hit me, it was the opposite. I could still hear everything. I couldn't see shit. It was all black, dark as fuck. No idea. So again, I try to do what I felt like I should do. I push him back as hard as I can, keep my hands in this triangle in front of me, and I kind of skip real fast in a circle, right? I only need a second or two to be able to regain vision. And then, okay, I can see him. He's there. And I start walking back in. We're good. Brett just starts laughing and undoing his gloves. Like, okay. I mean, I'm good to go, but apparently he's not. Now, nobody said a fucking word about this. We just stopped sparring. He was laughing. He took his gloves off. I was like, yeah, I got you with a good one. I'm like, yeah, you did. Okay, if we're done sparring for today, that's fine. Whatever. And I never asked him about it for fuck close to 10 years. It was only like a year ago I finally asked him. I was like, do you remember that time that you hit me with that uppercut? He's like, yeah, I remember that. I was like, okay, when you hit me with that, I pushed you off. I danced out in a fucking circle, kept my hands out to protect myself, feeling like I'm doing what I should be doing. What did you see? Like on your end, how did that look? Because I know how it felt from my end. Yeah, Evan, the reason I started taking my gloves off is because I have never seen such baby deer legs on a full grown man in my life. You couldn't fucking move. Your knees were touching the fucking mat every step you were taking. And I just couldn't bring myself to hit you again. I'm like, really? It was that bad? He's like, yeah, man, it was that bad. So I had to call my coach and my brother and ask them about what happened that day. And apparently they're right. That's how it happened. I ended up knees buckled. I was fucking done. So it's a weird thing. Like you see these guys, kickboxing, UFC, whatever, they get fucking their shit pushed in. They don't know what's going on. And if they get a chance to talk, they're like, no, that's not what happened. I was fine. They just don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Like
The guy
your
who gets
brain kicks that the fuck out. I was fucking fine. I had no idea that I was that fucked up. But the only three people in that gym besides me all said the same thing. Like, yeah, man, it was fucking.
It's like the
A
fighter who,
strong wind would have fucking put you unconscious.
yeah, it's like the fighter who gets knocked out like cold, and when he finally gets up and sits up, then he goes and starts arguing with the ref about why'd you stop it.
Well, there's been fighters that were knocked out cold that are end up back in the fucking change room, and they're taking the gloves and tape off, and they start asking their coach like, "Why are you taking the tape off? Like, am I not fighting soon? What's going on?"
Yeah,
Yeah, like your memory gets erased for a fucking time period. It's a little fucked up.
yeah, it does. When I got knocked out, I didn't remember the I didn't remember the moments leading up to it. I
Just
mean,
know that you
that's
probably deserved it. And maybe you should have went directly there to fight that guy instead of making your stops.
me
Yeah.
making my stops. It wasn't a fight.
You got banned for this comment once about on your way to fight somebody, the little
Did
pit
I?
stops you make on the way. Women and children, Jesus
Oh,
Christ, Roy.
I don't remember the context of that, but I do remember that. No, I was what happened was we were
You remember
kids.
me having to ban you from what you fucking said about stopping with women and children on the way?
I do remember that, but I don't remember the somebody made a smart comment in the comments in the chat, and that was my response. I remember that part, but I don't remember the
Well, remember
bigger
this.
picture.
Fuck you, Roy. I gotta take a piss.
Me too, and get a beer. So it's gonna be totally okay. Everybody in the chat, come up with some really good
Hey,
questions while
can
we're
you
pissing.
fucking not do that when I say I'm gonna do it? Why do you wait for me to do it?
I've been waiting for a
And then
while,
you're like,
sitting here
yeah, you do.
listening to you drawing on and on about all your shit, and now I gotta go. My eyeballs are floating.
You're the one that asked me about how many concussions I have and whether I've been knocked out or not. Fuck. That's super gross. Okay, well, I'll just start reading comments again if I can, but how do you kick with dwarf legs? Well, it's mostly about your hips, so not such a big issue. Um, oh fuck, I don't have a mouse. God damn it, fuck. Where is crazy Uncle Jim? Maybe he'll have something fucking stupid to say that we can laugh at. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm trying to figure this shit out. I fucking suck at this. How do I find Crazy Uncle Jim? Um, I would need to know his actual name because it's not Crazy Uncle Jim on Facebook. What are you talking about? I do not want those features. There. I found Crazy Uncle Jim. And oh, he's got me blocked on fucking Facebook. So that's why we can't send him an invite. What a fucking dipshit. Well, so much for that. No, I would not write a country song because you'd have to be able to sing. Um, I like when they get up and start fighting the ref. Fighting the ref is always a good time. Roy, yeah, he times his piss breaks with me because he's like trying to sink his period. Like he's a fucking weirdo. Uncle Jim, I know what your name is on Facebook. I can't send you a message. You've got me fucking blocked or something. Message me if you can then, because it says unavailable. Pretty sure you blocked me because you're a fucking whiny cunt. It's not my fault you're a fucking liberal and you fucking drive a homocycle. I ride a Harley, you drive a homocycle. Stop being a weirdo.
Crazy Uncle Jim.
Yeah, well, he's got me blocked on Facebook, so I can't even send him a fucking invite.
He blocked
Whatever.
you, Crazy Uncle Jim.
Well, I can't send a message to him, so
Fuck it.
probably.
I'm gonna send him the link.
Well, you do what you got to do, but now that you're back, I'm gonna go take a piss, dude. Just read comments, talk to them. Like, fuck, stop being a weirdo.
Okay. I think being a weirdo is the reason I'm on the show in the first place. This is not exactly a refuge for normal people. Oh, what's up, Joey Justafalo? Uh, at the time I explained that, Captain Obvious. I have had to piss for several minutes, sitting here thinking, when is he going to shut up so I can piss? So no, I just waited for him to take a break. So we're not like girls that go to the bathroom together or anything like that. Evan should try to get on the UFC Contenders Series. Maybe 15 or 10 or 15 years ago. Not now, Joe. He's old and shot out. Is it Captain Obvious? You are correct. It is the champagne of beers. Got it for $10. 12 pack of bottles for $10.49 at Publix. You know why people block you, turd burglar? Because you're a dickhead. That's why. Phil Woody not going to be able to make it, unfortunately. Would love, hate to miss it. Just current circumstances in my life and taking care of my parents. I cannot go. Can't be gone that long. But I hopefully will catch the next one in Ireland, and the next one anywhere. But no, I'm not going to be able to go, unfortunately. Such is life. Let's see here. Uh, yes, I'm living the high life. Yeah, Miller. I like Miller High Life. I drink Miller High Life occasionally. I'll switch it out for Pabst Blue Ribbon. Pabst is my normal standard cheap beer, but I also drink, I drink a lot of IPAs. I drink porters. I drink stouts. Um, had a couple of Irish car bombs here in the recent few days, which I always like. I live in South Georgia, Joey Justafalo. I'm only like 39 miles north of the Florida border. So it's already hot again. Well, it's not really. It was 70, got like in the low 70s here today, Fahrenheit. But in a couple of days, it's going to be like 82 or 3. But then it's going to cool back off. Like it's not, the hot is not set in yet. But oh, it's going to be 85 here on Friday. 83 Thursday, 85 Friday, 80 Saturday. It's going to cool back off. But it's usually hot as balls here for like 8 months out of the year. Usually. Don't recommend it. I'd rather live in Alaska. Who's my favorite comedian? Stand-up comedian, by far Doug Stanhope. Doug Stanhope to me is the greatest stand-up comedian of all time. He's not everybody's cup of tea. He's a lot of his material is very transgressive. He's a lot of it's very dark, but I like him. Seen him a couple of times live. Good shows. He's a very smart guy. He's got a lot of stuff figured out. He's able to incorporate that into his comedy. Oh, let's see. Just getting in. What's the story with it? You have to go watch the 1 hour live that Aussie did on his channel today, Canadian Psycho, with Beer Man and Uncle John. They went into great discussion. Harpoon IPA. I think I've heard of that. That's not the is that the name of the company or is that the name of the specific beer made by the company? Oh, I like hoppy stuff though. I like really hoppy. I love Cosby's.
Fuck are you talking about?
Turd Burglar says he loved Cosby's later work. Yeah. Did you ever
Who?
see Double? Did you ever see Double after he handed you a drink? Bill Cosby.
Oh man. His later work with all the fucking the sleeping and the raping and yeah, it was
Turns
fucking
out,
impressive.
turns out that wasn't just later work. That was actually shit that had gone on for decades.
Well, I mean, his fucking pudding was fucking figured out early, you
I
know? If it
didn't
takes you
know.
decades to remember,
Yeah, he likes putting his dick where it doesn't belong. Um,
oh my fucking God.
I didn't know you were a comedian, Cobra. Sorry. I always take you very seriously. Charlie Murphy was funny. Yeah, he was. Here he comes. It's crazy Uncle Jim. Yo, what's up?
Hola.
How's you're in Arizona now, right?
What the fuck just happened?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Can
sorry,
you hear?
Mike. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. What's up, man? Yeah, I
So,
live in Arizona.
what part?
San Manuel. It's about like an hour outside of Tucson.
Oh, okay. So you're in the southern part. In Tucson in
I
the
am,
south?
yeah.
Yeah. How far are you from Bisbee, Arizona? You know where Bisbee is?
I'm sure my brother probably does. I'm like 2 hours from Phoenix, though.
Uh
If that gives you any perspective.
Bisbee Bisbee is in the south
I
east
have been to
corner.
Bisbee actually. I just went on like this. Just went on like this cave exploring tour, and I think it was. I think it was in there somewhere.
Yeah. Bisbee, Arizona is actually where Doug Stanhope lives, who's the stand-up comedian I was just talking about earlier. That's like my favorite one.
Oh. I really
Oh
liked
yes,
I really liked Isaac Butterfield. That guy's flipping hilarious.
Isaac Butterfield. I don't think I've ever heard of him.
He's hilarious. He's Australian.
Oh, okay.
He's 6'8".
Wow.
Yeah. Uh, Not that it has anything to do with anything. I just thought it was funny. Big dude.
So
Yeah, man.
are you
Go
still
ahead.
arm wrestling? You still arm
Oh
wrestling
yeah,
down there?
my laptop right now. It's on my fucking table. Got my bands here and shit. Can
Oh yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah, it's like a little rough at times, but I can hear you.
Oh, that's because I need to fix the speaker, but I think my microphone has like the background noise thing activated. So if I'm not like really close to the laptop, it won't like hear me.
I hear you. Oh, here comes Cobra.
And I'm doing some like, doing some band work.
Yeah.
Where's my Yeah, I had the Mormons stop by, right? These Mormons stopped by and I taught them how to arm wrestle. And then they showed up again today and we're arm wrestling in my trailer. It was sweet. Yeah.
Well, better Mormons than Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen or talked to a Jehovah's Witness, but I grew up I grew up with a Mormon friend. Like Mormons are cool. You know, they're definitely
Yeah.
very polite. um, the thing about it too is they they uh they were very curious about the arm wrestling table, and then they wanted to learn how, and they're really cool. And they didn't try and push anything on me. They honestly just showed up, arm wrestled, and then they did the same thing today.
Just
It's
wait.
cool.
The sales pitch is
Are you in a
coming the next
trailer?
time.
Yeah, this is my RV. RV. I live in this motherfucker.
Well, I mean, it seems like paying off a trailer is way cheaper than a mortgage.
No, yeah. So way back in the day, like 6 years ago, I had asked this girl to
Great
marry
story.
me.
Don't care. I'm jealous though. I wish I was living in a
Yeah.
trailer.
Well, long story short, I saved up 25 grand for a house and then got dumped. So then I was like, I didn't want to buy a house, but I didn't want to rent. So I bought this trailer.
That's good.
Yeah. And if you have a
So
big,
not only did you buy yourself a fucking trailer,
yeah,
you also don't have to listen to bullshit.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm
And
even more jealous now.
It all worked out for the best.
and it's like a fifth wheel trailer. It's like an RV trailer. So I can move this wherever I want.
Okay, so a fifth wheel, now correct me if I'm wrong, but a fifth wheel and an RV are not even close to the same thing. Like the fifth wheel, you need to hook onto a truck, and the RV you can drive.
Yeah, exactly. I said it's like a fifth wheel. It's an RV trailer because when I said I had a trailer, I didn't want you to think like mobile home trailer. But yeah, it's just a trailer, 26 foot. It's pretty sweet. My parents have a fifth wheel. That's what I want to get eventually. Is probably a fifth wheel. If
Apparently,
I don't,
I need to learn the fucking difference between all of these fucking things, which I don't care about. But
I was a fifth wheel.
goddamn, I want to live in a trailer. I want an RV. I want to wrap it with the fucking High Hookers logo. And I just want to travel the fucking world being a fucking savage Yahoo party animal and arm wrestling everybody all the fucking time. That's what I want to do.
yeah, and I'll tell you right now, man. If you get a good one, not an ultralight, but it's like a good, solid trailer, they're actually okay to live in. Like, you know, if you have a nice trailer, they're nice to live in.
Yeah, why don't you join up with Monster Todd, bro? You guys can like have a convoy.
See, the downside to that is you got to fucking spend all of your fucking time with fucking Michael Todd. And holy fuck, if you weren't suicidal before, Jesus, guess what?
Oh man, be kind.
Man, euthanasia, like you're gonna be begging them to change the laws. Like, can you please legally do this for me? I don't have the guts to do it myself. Clearly, I don't have the guts to do it myself because I fucking volunteered to live with Michael Todd. Right? Like, obviously, you got no fucking willpower if that ends up happening to your life.
What's up, Roy?
Hey man, how you doing?
What up, Mr. Killen?
Cobra, how's the foe?
The pho is the aroma's popping. I made this last
Oh, did
night.
I say it wrong?
Pho.
Did I say it wrong?
Pho.
Pho?
Pho.
Pho.
Oh, I love pho.
As in,
Pho is
fuck
awesome.
you.
Is this
Like that's how you
saffron?
pronounce it? Pho.
Yeah, like fuck it.
Like
I love
fuck you.
pho.
Oh yeah.
Pho is my favorite food that's only spelled with 3 letters.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna move this bowl off camera because I'm about to get my slurp on.
Well, what about like couscous? That food was so good it got named twice.
That's true. That is true.
Sorry. Check out my jersey, Roy. I got this
I
to
like
brag.
I like that.
That's
That's
gorilla and
awesome.
shit.
Gorilla
Yeah,
arms.
I'm on Greg Brown's team, and he got us all jerseys.
Oh,
Like
okay.
nice jerseys, like nice
Yeah.
jerseys too. Because all my other shirts have been like this. Like all my other team shirts have just been shirts. So like this is a shirt, but this is like This is like an actual.
And that's the beauty of living in a trailer. Like everything you own is within arm's reach all the time. You can just show off everything right now.
That would be
Yeah.
nice. That would be nice. Forget about it.
And could you just imagine that short fat prick towing his fucking giant ass trailer around with a little fucking Kawasaki? Oh my God.
I go back to Washington to grab my motorcycle. I came down here without it.
Oh,
Man. So
But-
you don't even have a fucking bike right now? You
No,
moved to
I
the
have-
south and now you don't have a bike. You can now ride the bike all year long and don't have a bike.
First off, I've always rode the bike year round. Doesn't matter the weather, except it gets expensive when you're always fixing your bike from. But anyways, I moved down here and I was 340 pounds, and so I have a mountain bike, and I've been riding
Holy
that. I just did 30 miles. I went on a 30-mile ride on Thursday with my 68-year-old mother. And
Nice.
dude, let me tell you, it was fucking gnarly, dude. 30 miles.
I can't fucking deal with that. This dude just told me he rode 38 miles on a 68-year-old mother.
did you just kick him?
Yeah, did you not hear that shit he's saying? He rode 38 miles on a 68-year-old mother. That's fucked up.
Talking about riding bicycles in the mountains with her, dude.
Oh, motherfucker,
Yeah.
look, it's 9:30. Unfortunately, I started getting fucked up on Jake's show, and I'm all tired of all of your shit. Cobra, thanks for joining real late. Don't actually want to talk to you. Roy, it's been a pleasure not listening to you because I talked the majority of the show, but fuck
All with the
this.
people.
I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay, seriously, I'm fucking way too drunk to